Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome to this session on living with nature's rhythm, awakening with spring, and expanding into summer. So, right now, we had our New Year's, we had Ugadi, we had Vishu, we had Tamil New Year, we had New Year's from an Indian perspective, because that is the true New Year according to nature. So, what are some things that you look forward to in this spring season or in this new seasonal change that we're undergoing? I would like to know from you guys in the chat. Also, if you're comfortable, please feel free to turn on your cameras only if you're comfortable, as it makes it more engaging. Okay. Mrinalini says flowers. Yes. So nature has a very beautiful way of depicting what life in any life form is all about. It's through seasonal changes. Like every life form on this planet undergoes several seasonal changes in their lives as well as in their environment around. So these seasonal changes are nothing but they are mere reflections of our inner world and our life story in general, along with adapting to the environment and its changes in our outside habitat. So these changes are inevitable, right? And they happen every single year. And most of us look forward to it every year. Once we are in winter, we look forward to summer. And once summer goes through and fall comes, and then we look forward for winter for that vibe again. So, if not sure how many of you guys have attended the previous session of Embracing Winter that we did during December, during the time of New Year's, because according to calendar and according to how the world operates, the New Year comes on January 1st. But that is the time where nature is not in New Year. The nature is it's in rest, it's in stillness, it's in hibernation. Every living being, apart from humans, are resting in that period. But for us, they say it's New Year, and we all try to make these New Year resolutions, and we fail at those, and we get disappointed, and we keep being stuck in that loop. But true New Year, when we are aligned with nature, begins during the spring season. That's why most of our Indian Hindu cultural New Years are during this Chaitra Masam, are during or Vasanta Masam, during this period of spring, because that's when the flowers are blooming, that's when the nature is coming back to life, that's when they're blooming. The life around in nature is blooming, and animals are coming back from their hibernation, and you see leaves sprouting. The life is coming back after rest, and they're getting ready to rejuvenate and expand and grow during the summer. So spring season is where most of us get into gardening. We get busy with getting our plants, our flowers, our seeds ready for sprouting. Similarly, it's a beautiful, beautiful season to sprout from within, to bloom from within. And any plans or any changes that we want to make in life, when we begin during the spring season, nature supports it. Nature allows it to bloom naturally. So we are going to touch upon some aspects of that today. So today's session is about living with nature's rhythm. This is a topic that is very close to my heart. I've been talking about it from almost like 5 to 6 years on social media, and trying to spread awareness about living, because we are all interconnected. We are all aligned with nature. Whether we trust it, believe it or not, we are all aligned with nature. And as nature changes, the seasons change, so do our internal uh, response to life and life force in general changes. So understanding this will help us align better with the energy of nature, and which will help us be in alignment with not only nature but also with ourselves, and to understand ourselves. Again, it's part of self-awareness. So in a world that is constantly on the run, especially in today's times, too many people are doing too many things all at once, irrespective of the seasonal change. We hardly get a break. We hardly get to rest. So the world is constantly on, on, on. And we often forget that we are nature too. We are not separate from it. Nature is inside of us as well. And as every living being apart from human beings rest during winter. But our work doesn't stop, our schools don't stop, and we are constantly expected to act and navigate life similar to summer when the sun is out longer. But in winter, we are supposed to take rest. We are supposed to take it slow. It's okay to slow down. That concept of embracing slowness and stillness and rest, making rest a priority, it's as important as taking action or being on the go. So prioritizing rest really is essential part of life force and nature as well. So now that we've finished the rest and reflection part, we are moving into the spring season. It's time to get into the action and all the things that you wanted to do and all the resolutions that you wanted to have and all the habits that you wanted to implement and improve. Nature will support it, and so does our system. Both our physical and mental system will allow it to manifest better during this spring and summer season. So just as Earth has seasons, we also have seasons. So spring and summer aren't just about weather, they represent deep inner shifts, some spiritual opportunities, and invitations for transformation. So let's explore how they're different from winter and what they mean from spiritual and scientific perspective, and how to align our body, mind with these seasons of light, growth, and expansion. So, as I said, winter was the season of rest, reflection, and retreat. So, I was talking about journaling, reflecting the year that went ahead, that was passing by. I was asking you to reflect on 2024, how the year was. Not make any immediate changes, but just reflect and try to get an understanding of where you could have done better or how things could have unfolded better or some lessons that we learned during that year. So those changes that we notice, that the changes that we want to implement, starting now from spring is the time to do it. It is the time to get into that action. So think of a seed underground that is storing energy hidden from the world. Then comes spring and the seed cracks open, sprouts, reaches towards the light. So this is the time of rebirth, inspiration, and new beginnings. Okay. And summer is actually when the seed becomes a fully expressed plant, that the flowers are blooming, fruits forming, life is buzzing. And so do we, because the sun is out longer, we have longer days, we have more energy, we crave that sunlight, we crave those foods that make us feel energetic, that cool us down to balance that heat that we experience. All these happen because we are aligned with nature and we are very closely connected to nature. In today's world of technology and concrete jungle, it's highly essential to feel that connection with nature, to be aligned with our internal and our outside world. So this is the time of action, outward expression, and creative fire that is during summer. So now let's look from an Ayurveda perspective. I'm sure many of you may know this. So spring represents so Kafa phase from Ayurveda is what is winter. So spring season balances and clears that Kapha. That is the heavy, stagnant energy that we gathered and we sat with during the winters. And summer is ruled by Pitta, that is fiery, intense, and passionate energy. So any new venture, any new some experiment that you want to do, or any business idea, or anything that you want to change your hairstyle, maybe change your look, change your energy, all those that expression comes a lot during summer. You want to start a new hobby, maybe try something out of your comfort zone. That's an excellent season because nature also supports it. It aligns. So it's a great time to step out of your comfort zone and try new things, spring and summer. So from Vedic astrology point of view again, spring to summer is the sacred shift from Brahma, creation, to Vishnu, sustenance. So building and stabilizing what we begin. So we begin in spring and we build it and stabilize during the summer. And then we again let go and reflect during the fall and winter. So these are how different seasonal changes help us, also plan our life and make us, when we get this awareness, we take the actions accordingly. We feel more aligned because nature also supports our actions as well. So coming to our physical body, like body alignment, in spring, the body naturally wants to detox. So we begin to get these cravings of seasonal foods depending on seasonal changes, right? So there is a little, we shift from soups, from having soups and warm foods to more greens and leafy sprouts, herbs. All those are because spring season helps with our body alignment with those kind of foods. And there is more physical movement. Even if you exercise or not, beginning and doing more of physical activity from spring to summer is like, summer is heavy with physical activity. So moving gently, walking, stretching, or beginning just doing Surya Namaskaras, it's all great to align to that spring energy. And also hydrating well. Now that the sun is out longer, we also have to hydrate more than we did during the winters to flush out that winter's heaviness that we gathered. So as we enter summer, then the sun is more out longer. So we focus on cooling foods like cucumbers, seasonal fresh fruits, coconut water, mint, melons, all of those, mangoes. So we don't feel like eating heavy root vegetables like potatoes, sweet potatoes that we had during fall. It's because the season makes us crave certain types of foods, and we have to listen to that, what our body needs, and align with that thing to align with the season of that the natural season in the current time. So avoiding too much of spicy food during summer, like excessively fried, more coffee or caffeine, avoiding excess of it also helps with balancing that seasonal change with our inner body alignment. So also exercising during cooler times of the day, like early morning or evening, not during afternoon or when the sun is very up and like, since we have sunset late during summers, it's better to exercise during the sunset time or during mornings when it's not too hot or warm. So from a scientific perspective, longer daylight, it also boosts our serotonin and dopamine, right? Always having the sun out shifts our mood instantly. It improves our mood and motivation. So we have more energy, more that spirit, it feels like a spirit wakes up in spring and summer because of that sunlight and because of this dopamine hit that we get. So morning sunlight helps also regulate our circadian rhythm, balancing our sleep, improving our sleep quality, and hormonal imbalance. So, all these are things that we know, but we need to give special attention during seasonal change and shift our habits accordingly, which will really help boost our mood, energy, and also give us that alignment to take action as needed. So even from the Chinese medicine perspective, that it links summer with heart element, like it symbolizes joy, passion, any creative uh, pursuits that you want to do, or you want to start a new project. Summer is the season, like spring, summer. Begin with summer and go full jet speed. Begin during spring and go jet speed in summer. You'll see a lot of change. I've personally experienced this in my life as well. Any new project, no matter how hard I try during winters, it doesn't manifest. But everything manifests and supports and favors when spring comes. Any new project, any new thing that I want to start. So our mental alignment is also important during these seasonal changes. So spring is perfect for decluttering, right? They say you declutter your winter clothes, you put away your winter clothes, and you can release what you don't need anymore. And then you arrange your wardrobe that is aligned to spring and summer. Similarly, it is the perfect time to declutter our thoughts and to set new intentions. So the resolutions that people go gaga about during New Year's, it's actually supposed to be set during spring. So when we set new intentions, now this season supports our energy to stick to those intentions better than we do in winter. In winter, we crave that rest. We feel lazy, we feel lethargic, and it's natural. It's natural to some extent. Again, continuous lethargy is not natural, but that feeling of craving rest is completely natural during winter. But spring and summer, we have that energy and we want to implement new habits, new changes, and nature also supports those intentions. So this is a perfect time to declutter those heavy thoughts that we gather during winter or during the year end of the past year, and set new intentions and new beginnings, new rituals. And when we begin to practice that, nature helps us to stick to those better during this time. Example, you can journal about what wants to grow in me right now, like what energy or what kind of habits or what kind of rituals or what kind of, how do you want your day to look like right now with the sun being out more? Maybe you want to do more outdoor walks, you want to spend more time outdoors, so you can plan your day accordingly and set have intentions and align to those intentions easier during the season. Also, vision boards that they promote so much during New Year's. More than New Year's, having vision boards now is an excellent time during spring. Do your future manifestation journals, vision boards, all those are great time in spring to do it, because mind works better, mind mapping works better, and your intentions are clear now. Now you have that energy, so you have that motivation to begin, and your thoughts are aligned to that action. You take aligned action. Your thoughts are aligned to that dream, so it manifests easier because there is no ifs and buts, and that heavy winter energy is not there in our mind. So it's easy to try new things. You can pick a class, you can learn a new skill, or you can pick up a new spiritual practice. Maybe you are already meditating, but you want to try pranayama or something else. Make it a practice. Or maybe you do breath meditation. Maybe you want to try transcendental meditation. Maybe you can try that. Any new spiritual practice. We crave that newness during this season, something out of our comfort zone, something out of the box. And it's an excellent time to do it. And then summer brings mental intensity, as I said. It's crucial. So it become too active. We want to be too active. So it's also crucial to stay grounded while being active. So what balances that overactive energy during summer is again meditation. We can balance that summer's fire with meditation and spending time with near water, especially near any river or creeks, or in your community. You can just spend time, walk along water. You can sit there, meditate, journal. Also, meditating outdoors during this season is an excellent experience, because in winters we are stuck inside. Meditating in nature, outdoors, under a tree or in your backyard is a great way to experience and stay connected, feel that connection to nature. And also summer, we have this energy, so we tend to overcome it and we get overstimulated. So meditation practices like, meditation and slowing down a little bit, not like winter slowing down, but understanding how much you can take and saying no to overstimulation or overcommitment is also crucial to keep everything in balance. So we don't want anything excessive, right? Patriji also says middle path, because anything that is in excess, either materialistic or spiritual, it also causes suffering. Similarly, just because it's summer being overactive and just because it's winter being over resting is also not great. We need that balance. We need to understand when to do what, and that comes with understanding this alignment with nature. So how to align our soul with these energy changes, seasonal shifts. So spring symbolizes resurrection. That's why we have Easter as well with Christianity, and we have New Year in our Ugadi and all these Vishu and New Year's, because they create that they're marking a new spiritual cycle. It's like rebirth. Nature gives that opportunity every single year to every one of us, irrespective of how our life is turning out. We have that opportunity to create that rebirth. It's like a rebirth. Every day is a rebirth, and spring is like an extension version of that rebirth. So you can change your life any moment, any day. It doesn't have to be on a Monday or on a new month or in the first of a calendar. It can be during any day, but spring supports it. So this season supports it. So it's a great time to set intentions, to write your manifestations, to create your vision boards, and take aligned action, because we have that energy and motivation right now. And summer invites that sustained devotion and disciplined creativity. So aligned with festivals like Guru Purnima, all those are because we honor that inner guidance and dharma. That is why we have those during those certain festivals during certain times, that May to August period. So spring is all about awakening new energies, initiating your sadhana, your spiritual discipline. Maybe you're trying to uh, commit to a habit, but you're unable to. It didn't work out during winters. Try now. It will definitely work out. Any habit that you want to implement. Chanting and writing intentions, and planting those little your dreams, planting seeds to your dreams. It's excellent during this time. Some little action that you can take on a long term dream that you had, but you keep on postponing because life happens, right? So now is the time to prioritize it and take little action towards that dream, or take a little one step, and you will see that automatically things start unfolding one after the other. But spring is about beginning these, and summer is about deepening what you started. So you deepen your sadhana, you deepen your spiritual practice, then you are more active. So you are more into service also, and you share your gifts or creativity. My creative projects and activity increases during summer. I've noticed that as well. I'm like I take it slow during winters, and I'm highly active during summers. Even with creativity, the ideas that I get, the books that I write, everything, like it's like jet speed during summer. So sharing your gifts, expressing your dharma, all these are excellent during summer season. So there are several quotes by great masters. They say that when you align with the rhythm of nature, your actions become effortless and graceful, because we are not against, we cannot go against the nature. Even if we go, it doesn't support. So if you want everything to align and fall perfectly in time, if you notice, it is all during spring summer it happens. So another aspect that I wanted to cover is like these seasonal changes are like teachers. It's not just about, if you go to a store like Walmart or any of the grocery stores, you see that the decor is all changed, and we get those decor. We deck up our homes with different for spring, we deck them up different for winter, for fall. But that similar enthusiasm and similar kind of energy needs to come to deck up our own selves from our inner point of view. We need to be ready with action for spring and summer from within. And it's and even Starbucks has different flavors of coffee depending on seasonal changes. But instead of eagerly waiting for that sip of a pumpkin spice during fall, or mint during winter, we need to embrace that feelings of rest, that craving of letting go during fall, and this action of budding and blooming during spring and summer within ourselves in our lives as well. So we need to be able to align to nature and understand that the meaning, beautiful symbolism and meaning of it. So when we align with nature's rhythm, we don't just live, we thrive, because we are all very supported, and we become grounded yet free, and vibrant yet peaceful. So another small Ayurveda perspective I want to share from a holistic health point of view. So we all know that the foundation concepts of three doshas, right? There is Vata, Pitta, and Kafa. So these are nothing but the five elements in ourselves: earth, water, fire, air, and ether, the sky element. So these seasonal changes also govern those energies within ourselves. So Kafa, as I said, is earth plus water, that is heavy during winters. That is heavy energy, slow, it's cold. So it happens during late winter to spring, from February to May. So in winter and early spring, that is right now, Kapha dominates due to the cold and heavy environment. So this is the time body accumulates kapha, leading to congestion, sluggishness, weight gain, some depression, out of balance kind of energy that we have during winters. So spring season melts that accumulation, and based on Ayurveda, they recommend that it's cleansing, detoxing our body, having detox drinks, having going lighter on meals, lighter foods, increased activity. Even if you don't exercise, beginning to exercise, some sort of even walking, basic 30 to 40 minutes of walking, and some heating spices to balance that kapha is important. Again, then we favor light foods, like we eat more greens, sprouts, lentils, those sort of plant-based foods. Then you moving your body regularly, walking and yoga, and avoiding dairy or fried or overly sweet foods also helps with that kapha, balancing that kapha phase. And next, during summer, the Pitta dosha, that is the fire element, it becomes active. So it is very hot and sharp and intense and oily kind of. It happens in the late summer, spring to summer, that is May to August. So as the sun strengthens, so does the Pitta element. So summer is hot, bright and intense, just like the Pitta. So we to balance that, we need to have foods that cool down, right? Like cucumbers, cooling foods, cooling drinks. Because Pitta, imbalanced Pitta element can make us very angry, irritable, and there is a lot of inflammation, skin rashes, or heartburns, etc. So summer calls for cooling practices and foods to pacify that internal heat. And to balance Pitta, we have to favor cooling foods, avoiding too much spice, oily, fermented foods, and practice calming activities like, again, meditation, walking in the moonlight, swimming, something that art, practicing creative rituals. All those are excellent for balancing that Pitta element during summer. So again, next comes autumn, that is Vata. So since we are not talking about fall, I'm not going to cover that. So even basic insight on a daily rhythm is the Kapha time is from morning 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So that is when you need to take things a little slow grounded energy. Then full focus time comes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That is a Pitta time, where you have strong digestion, sharp focus. So that's when you plan to get most of your tasks done. And then comes Vata time, that is from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is where there is mobile energy, summer energy, sorry, creative energy, mobile energy. That's when you can align your workouts or your creative practices or anything around that time. So understanding these different aspects and aligning our rituals, our daily activities, are the food that we take, the intentions that we have, the dream. It's beautiful to align with nature and see how well we feel from within, along with experiencing the beauty in our environment. So that's all I had. And apart from that, I wanted to share just like two journaling prompts that you can try for spring and summer. For springtime, you can ask yourself, what part of me is ready to awaken? Like, what am I going to plant this season? Anything new, anything that you've been putting off, anything that you wanted to try for the longest time. Maybe you wanted to start a social media page, an account. Maybe you wanted to share something, step out of your comfort zone and talk to, put yourself out there on the internet. Or maybe you are not a dancer, but you want to just, you enjoy that feeling, and you have that shyness that I cannot dance, but you can step into that, step out of that comfort zone and try. It will help. You will really enjoy it, and the nature also will align with it. So it will support your goals very well. So anything that you always wanted to awaken, but you couldn't due to various reasons, now is the time to do it. And for summer, a beautiful prompt is, what am I expressing? Am I acting from alignment or pressure? Just doing things for the sake of doing. uh, are you in alignment or not? When you meditate and journal on things like these, it really helps track your emotions and stay centered and align yourself back to your natural state. So again, it builds self-awareness, as we've been seeing during the earlier series, which is a very fundamental foundation for conscious, intentional living. So that's it. Thank you.